Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Activities for People Living at Home with Dementia. My name is Martha Brown, and I'm your volunteer with Dementia Friendly Fort Worth. We are proud to offer this series with funding from the Area Agency on Aging and the United Way of Tarrant County. These programs are recorded and are made available for viewing through a YouTube channel for future use. I am your host for today's activities. Our topic today is Blackeyed Peas and Resolutions. So,
okay, now I'm assuming you're talking about the canned Black-Eyed Peas, not the band, the rock band Black-Eyed Peas.
well, I didn't know there was a band named Blackeyed Peas, so you got
Yeah.
it there, Don.
Well, see, it's a wasted day if you don't learn something new, and that covers every mistake you'll ever make. Say, oh, I learned something new. I didn't waste my day.
Paulette, you are absolutely right. I think a day's wasted if I don't learn something, and Don's already taught me something.
Yeah, there you go. See?
So, Don, are the Blackeyed Peas a new band?
He's munching right now.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Myra's
Lynn.
shaking her head. I
Are
was
they a new
saying,
band?
Don
No,
is,
they've been around for 15 or 20 years. Oh, 15 years, I guess.
oh, well, I can't claim it on being a senior then, can I?
No, it's basically alternative rock and roll. They've had some hits. I can't think of what the name of them are.
Well, you just never know what you're going to learn on a New Year's Day. So did anybody have black-eyed peas to cook today?
No.
No.
We're gonna have two or three of us go over to Robert's today. He's making black-eyed peas with ham in it.
Oh,
Ooh,
yum.
yummy.
Robert lives in your community?
Yeah, he lives 2 doors down. We play a little music together.
Oh, that's nice.
We were friends over at Camelot before we came over here. We signed up together and they put us right close together.
So is this a new building or just a better location or?
No, the Camelot, they sold it and the people that bought it didn't do the subsidy, so we all had to find a place to go.
Oh my.
I
Yeah.
hate it when they do that.
And this, I thought it was maybe an isolated thing, but I got to looking and it's happening all over the United States.
Mhm.
And I don't know, people buying apartments and they're not continuing the subsidies. And people are having to find
They
a
don't-
place to go.
yeah.
Right,
Oh, no.
yeah. Well, I'm glad you found a place.
Me
I
too.
can
Yeah.
recall not too long ago, there was a building called the Westchester in downtown Fort Worth. It was several stories high, and they all had to find new places to live within a month.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it was really tough. I want to say there are maybe 8 or 9 stories,
Wow.
and some of it had been there for 20 or 30 years.
What was the situation?
What did they do? What did they do with it then? Did they turn it into condos?
They raised it to the ground.
Oh, they made a parking lot out of it. Okay.
Took it down. It's still a parking lot today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But that had been, it was one of the only Medicaid buildings
Yeah.
in Fort Worth. And now they're really, really hard to find. I'm glad you've got a place, Dusty. I'm proud that you and your friend got to go to the same spot.
Yeah, this is a relatively new place. Nobody lived in this apartment before me.
Ooh, you're dirt.
Yeah,
Curiously, what's the name of your building?
it's Harmon Senior Villas. They have more than one.
Cool. Well, I'm sure glad you were telling me where you live the other day. That's a nice area too.
Yeah, traffic's just awful.
All those traffic circles. Yes.
Yeah, and it's trying to get out of here going to well, I can't think. Anyway, there's a street that have to go down, and when you go out of here, there's a curve right. It's a stop sign where you turn to get on the other street, and you can't hardly get across there. And you can't see the cars coming until the last minute around that curve.
Wow.
And you have to get ready to race across.
Oh my goodness. Well, God bless you on your travels everywhere you go.
I don't go that way very often.
Or you could turn right and make a U-turn somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm lazy that way.
No, I do that a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. Not that particular place, but
Some of them do.
You know, when
Hey,
I
I got
lived in Massachusetts, they called those things rotaries.
Rotaries.
Traffic circles.
Oh,
they call them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. I've driven on several of them. In
Yeah,
France and
it gives new
in
meaning.
France and Germany
Running
and
in circles.
yeah. I've driven them in Ireland, France, and Germany.
Yeah.
You've been around, Don.
Well, just business travel.
Oh, okay.
and they call them what?
Rotaries.
Rotaries.
I've heard it
There's
called
what I learned
roundabouts.
today.
I'm sorry, Myla.
That's what I learned today. Rotaries.
Rotaries. Yeah. It was either a men's organization or a piece of a motor.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
I had to make a cake one time and put the Rotary emblem on it.
Huh.
That was a pretty good little chore.
Oh, with all the little teeth in the gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Hey.
Have you ever had to scrape the icing off and start over, Dusty?
No, not me.
Good answer.
Woohoo! What's your favorite flavor of cake, Dusty? I meant to ask you that the other day.
I guess carrot cake. I like carrot cake.
Yeah, those are good. I like those too.
See, and then you have the illusion that because it's got carrots in it, it's got to be good for you, so you can have 2 slices instead of just 1.
Well, there
There
you
you-
go.
There you go.
John, maybe we can get Gail to make us one and send us a big slice with a ramekin of icing to ice it when we get it.
Oh, that would be good.
Wouldn't
Oh,
that
yeah,
be
yummy.
Ooh,
My tummy's
Or
trying
we can get
yummy.
in a car and drive right over to Dusty's. And he can do us some icing on it.
I
Yeah.
bet he could.
That's the best part of the cream cheese icing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And I started to tell Gail yesterday, you can mail egg rolls just like you can cookies.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely right.
But I figured I'd be nice and not.
Well, Dusty, I thought the same thing, but
Man,
did y'all get your recipe on email this morning?
did you?
Yes.
Yes. I may just have to make some. It's not something I've ever done, so it would be another new experience.
I was thinking I might make some without the wrapper, just make the
Filling.
Yeah.
Egg
Filling.
the filling.
what is it?
Filling.
The egg roll filling. Make it in a bowl. Call it an egg roll bowl.
Bless
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Bless you. Or you could cut some up and put them under the toaster and have little.
Whoa.
chips.
Wow.
Oh, you saw the bird go by?
Yeah.
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 I ducked.
He's he must have swallowed something funny this morning. He's flying all over.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's a new year. Come on.
New Year. Yeah.
That's gotta do those wings.
Yeah.
His resolution is to exercise more.
That's right.
Yeah. After what I fed him for breakfast this morning, he needs to exercise a little bit. Come here, we're talking about you. Yeah. So
What do you have for breakfast?
he had some bird seed. He's really cute about the bird seed. He has obviously 2 bowls. He has a food bowl and a water bowl, and there's a pole between them. So he kind of has to dip one way and then dip the other. He has pretty large pieces of bird food. So he'll put one in his mouth and then go over to the water bowl and dip it.
Oh,
And dip
there
it and
Really?
soften it a little
you
bit, and then he'll chew
Smart
on it
bird.
and put it in his hand and chew on it until he's got it gone.
Huh.
He's a pretty cute little guy.
icing
Oh,
is.
it's precious, yeah.
Hey, what kind of birthday does he
All
eat?
icing.
Zupreme.
Zupreme?
See, there's the word Zoom.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Zupreme.
Hmm.
It's what they fed him in the store, so I just
Okay.
bought more of the same. I've never tried to give him anything else, but then again, he eats off of my plate too.
Huh.
So he had some toast this morning with cinnamon on it.
I bet he liked that.
Oh yeah, and he'll move me away if I think he's had enough, and I try to shoo him off the plate. He'll bite me to get back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great.
If,
you're not supposed to bite the hand that feeds you.
I know he's not. I have holes on both of my index fingers. I
Um,
never close
our-
it.
our dog Abigail, anytime I eat a piece of bread or something like that, she gives me the big sad doggy eyes until I give her a little piece of it.
Yeah, they know how to beg, don't they?
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
They do.
So Dusty's going to have black-eyed peas later today. Is anybody else going to have black-eyed peas later today?
No, but I found out some information about where black-eyed pea tradition came from.
Oh, please tell us, Don.
You'd be surprised. Eating black-eyed peas on New Year's days has been considered good luck for about 1,500 years.
Oh, is that all?
Wow.
According to a portion of the Talmud written around 500 AD,
Yes.
it was a Jewish custom at the time to eat black-eyed peas in celebration of Rosh Hashanah.
Oh.
I'll be.
The tradition arrived in America with the Sephardic Jews who first arrived in Georgia in the 1700s, and then it became a tradition in the South before it hit the rest of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is the Jewish New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yom
anybody,
I didn't know that.
oh well, there's your piece of information this morning.
Well, like I said, I was interested in finding out, so I thought I'd just share it with you.
Well, thanks, Don. That's
Yeah.
something I didn't know. I didn't know about the black-eyed peas. So now
What's that?
I didn't know about the black-eyed peas being Jewish.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't do. I should
So-
have.
Something else to brag about.
There you go.
I found something in yesterday's newspaper that's kind of long. If y'all don't mind, maybe I can, it's conversational. If you get bored, just say, hey, Martha, I'm bored. And I'd like to read it to you and see what you think, if y'all don't mind.
Sure.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
It's from Andrea McDaniels at the Baltimore Sun, and it was in the Star Telegram yesterday. I've never been good at keeping New Year's resolutions. I make too many, and they are too grand and unwieldy to ever stick with. I don't come up with a plan on how to keep them or hold myself accountable. I set myself up for failure every single January. Scrapping solutions for 2021 seemed the best thing to do. It's hard enough psychologically to keep any sense of normalcy during this area of COVID-19. Why add the extra pressure of meeting unreachable goals? Instead, I'm looking at resolutions in a different way. I won't be committing myself to eating fewer snacks, undertaking early morning workouts, reading 100 books, or not buying so many shoes. All the How to Succeed in Life books say that the high achievers are most productive in the morning, taking care of their bodies, and they're well read and they don't spend frivolously. And every year I tell myself that surely I can be one of these people. Now, all of that seems meaningless. Millions of people have lost their jobs or faced imminent layoffs. Families are losing loved ones to COVID-19 every day. Kids are falling behind in school, and the country is facing a mental health crisis. So what if I eat too many jalapeno flavored potato chips and Oreos when I'm healthy enough and will never get into those jeans from 20 years ago anyway? And who cares if I work out in the morning or at night? I can walk up the stairs without passing out.
There you go.
I can enjoy books at my leisure, and my love of shoes isn't hurting anyone, even if it prompts a little ribbing from my husband. For the coming year, I will refocus my resolutions more on how.
Janine.
Is
Is
Janine
she
asleep?
snoring?
Yeah.
That's the dog snoring.
Let her go right ahead. For the coming year, I will refocus my resolutions more on how I can be a better neighbor, a better citizen, and a contributor to society. Less on me and more on others. Although I, like everyone else, am ready for this hellish year to end. I know life will be challenging well into 2021, but there are things I can do to try to make it better for others. I will start with a return to tutoring. For more than a decade, she's worked with the Baltimore school children on reading skills, but they hadn't returned this school year. That changes in January when the lady will rejoin the Reading Partners program, tutoring young kids once a week. Students who look like me are falling behind in learning at alarming rates. I want to play my part, however, in addressing the problem. I also get the added benefit of seeing the world through the innocent and imaginative eyes of a young person, something that brought me joy, laughter, and a fresh perspective even before the pandemic. That is so funny. Too many people are hurting this year, and I will look for more ways to help those in need. Whether it be donating a coat to the shelter or giving $5 to the homeless man standing outside the door who only asked for a cup of coffee. None of us knows when we might be the one to fall on hard times. My favorite store is Target, and I've developed a bit of an Amazon addiction since COVID-19, but I will make it a priority to shop more locally and support struggling small businesses. I already established a pandemic takeout dining ritual, and I bought many of my Christmas gifts this year from small local stores. I will make a conscious effort to do this.
What?
To do this throughout the year as well. And I might even buy a pair of shoes. Small bookstores will be some of the retailers getting my business. 100 books may be too lofty a goal, but reading more literature in general is not. We have plenty of local authors to support as well, and I have a list of their books that I plan to dig into soon. By the way, libraries are free.
Yeah.
I will also try a trick I have gotten from others. Put down books that don't bring satisfaction. Trying to plow through an uninteresting book just to finish it takes the joy out of reading. Lastly, I will practice more patience with everyone. COVID-19 has meant short fuses everywhere. It's easy to let the small things get to us these days. I'm going to do better at reminding myself that I never know what someone else is going through, like that lady that flipped you off yesterday, Miley.
That's right.
Yes, especially in a pandemic world. And I would suggest that everyone say thank you a little more often to all the workers who are not fortunate enough to telework. These resolutions probably won't land me on any list of most successful people, but they are meaningful just the same. One idea that I have kept from the books is to create a gratitude journal. I thought it hokey at first, writing down a gratitude notion every day. Instead, I found it satisfying and reflective. There's a lot to be grateful for, including seeing a new year.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
that's
good.
very good,
Very
Martha.
good.
Wasn't that interesting?
That was very
That's
interesting.
good.
Yes, I just love it that Janine loves us enough to go to sleep during our meeting.
Especially,
That's the dog.
It's not the dog.
It's not?
No, Janine.
Oh, it's not. The dog snores just like that too.
Yeah, she does.
Have you ever heard
Not doing it yet.
a bird grind his beak in his sleep?
No.
Does he have a little TMJ? He needs a little mouth retainer?
He does. He needs a little tiny retainer. He grinds his teeth in his sleep. His beak. He doesn't have teeth.
Right.
His beak in his sleep.
You know, I
Maybe he's
always
just,
used to say there
that's the way to sharpen his beak.
Exactly. What was that, Paulette?
Oh, I always said there were two things I would never do, ever. I would never teach anybody anything, and I would never work with kids. So
Mhm.
then I read an article in the paper that said if a kid can't read by the end of third grade, that child has a 90% chance of ending up in prison.
Yes.
So
Really?
now I tutor kids.
Yay.
But be careful when you say never.
You don't need
Well,
it.
I did up until the time all this stuff happened and you can't.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and you know, this pandemic thing is making, this homeschooling stuff,
Yeah.
remote teaching. it's
Yeah.
really less effective than it should be.
Yeah,
Um,
right, yeah.
you know,
right.
People
Mhm.
just don't treat that as the same as
You're sleeping.
classroom training.
Your stomach's not there.
Yeah, well, I've
You-
never, have no background in teaching whatsoever, so I just winged it.
We
There you
got-
go. Well, sometimes that's all you have to do.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but-
Wing it. I like that. You can do that again, Paulette. It's
Wing
like
it.
we have Van Jeffrey here today.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey! Be careful when you blink.
Don't we have the sweetest group of people and stuff?
Yes.
Yes,
do.
Yes, we do.
Yes,
Oh,
we
I tell
do.
you, I'm glad I stumbled onto this group.
Me too.
Dark
Yeah,
Jay.
I'm glad y'all are there, for sure, that,
How
yeah.
do we stumble on this group?
This is the bright spot in my day.
It is.
And Yetta and Hans, they should be coming back soon, I'd think.
They said 4 or 5 weeks, but I can't remember when they left.
It was at the beginning of December.
Yeah, beginning of December, I think.
Oh, good.
They posted a picture on Facebook that I saw this morning of their family all together there in where that Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Ah, sweet. I bet it was a good picture.
It was a very good picture. Yeah.
Yeah. They have tiny young grandchildren, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any biological children, so therefore no grandchildren. Do any of y'all have grandchildren?
No.
No.
Yes.
I only have 13.
Oh my goodness.
I got a story about that too.
Oh, tell us, Dusty.
My youngest daughter adopted a little black boy. So, and his mama went to prison. And so I tell everybody I have a baker's dozen of grandkids, one chocolate and 12
One
vanilla.
chocolate.
We have two daughters, 2 sons-in-law, and 4 grandkids.
That's a good number. You can
Yeah.
keep up with 4.
Yeah, well, I wish.
Do you wish you could keep up better, Paulette?
Well, see, right now too, the one family's in California, so we can't see them right now, and the other ones are here, so that makes it really nice. Our
Did you take your note from that pen?
grandson here goes to Baylor.
Oh,
and our Granddaughter
It was
just got
available.
a swimming scholarship to
Let me go
Cornell.
see. I'll try to find
Oh,
it.
nice.
Yeah, so she'll be going there.
wow.
Just starting her senior year, so when she finishes this year, she'll be off to Cornell.
My goodness.
Myra and I have 3 nieces, no grandchildren, but we don't see the nieces very often because they're all grown now.
Yeah. After they get to be about 14, they don't care much about adults until they get in their 30s.
Yeah, that's about the
That's
last time
true.
I saw any of the oldest one.
When
Yeah.
they're starting to wonder what the will looks like, they start to care more.
Well, they're going to be very surprised.
Oh, I leave you all my worldly goods. Oh, well,
But who gets the bird?
who gets the bird? People are going to fight over Woodstock.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm making sure he has lots of aunties and uncles.
That's right.
I have nieces and nephews too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
actually,
I
2 nephews, no nieces. What, Don?
I just found out this over the holidays that Oriental people have aunties and uncles, and they're basically anybody that's not their parents are aunties to them. So they have to treat them like their parents were doing something. So it just cracked me up that and also people in the South sometimes do the same thing.
Oh, yeah. As a social worker, when I would go into a new person's home and try to find out their illness and then family, who's who in the family.
Yeah.
Almost every time there would be some person there that would say, she treats me like her granddaughter. So she calls me granddaughter. And you don't know.
Yeah.
That's
you don't.
right.
You can find out after they're dead and read the obituary what was true.
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of job did you have? What did you do?
I'm a social worker and I worked with a hospice.
Oh, you don't by any chance know Joan Cardell, do you?
I don't think I do.
Oh, because she has a similar job like that, and I met her here.
I was playing games last night with a friend of mine who just put her husband in hospice. And she was really, really torn up, but
Oh, yeah.
she wanted to play and take her mind off of it.
That's
So
good. That's good.
That was
we
sweet.
played
That was
we
sweet of you.
played through midnight.
Good for you, Janine. You kept your friend happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Caregivers need a lot of distraction and time away and respite and breathing space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a blessing. And the hospice will be a blessing as well because that will lighten their burden.
Yeah. She was very, I think, relieved because he's been in a facility that wouldn't let her see him, and he couldn't talk on the phone. So he's bedridden. So he was pretty much in isolation, and she was very, very upset because she said that's what prisoners do when they're bad.
Mhm.
So she was very glad to have the hospice people, and she kept saying he's now they moved him, and he's now in a different place, and he's with people who care about him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is true.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
true. Is that a local place?
Yeah, I don't remember
Awesome.
where.
Awesome. Well, give them all the support you can, Janine. That was really sweet of you to play
Yeah.
games with them last night.
Yeah, I've been playing games with her almost every night for quite a while now. She just found out he had cancer about
yeah.
3 months ago. And originally they thought they would be able to handle it with chemo, but he had bad reactions to that.
Yeah.
And it just went downhill really fast.
Well, you're being an angel of mercy, Janine. Good for you. Good for you. So you're already
Yes.
earning another star in your crown.
Yeah.
I'm
We
going to
know
miss
about
him too.
Yeah, we know about taking care of folks, don't we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, Dusty, you were telling us about your baker's dozen.
That was it.
That was it.
That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That, and on a lighter note, that was Robert just called, said the peas will be ready in about an hour.
Yay!
Yay.
Well, Blackeyed Peas and Resolutions. Has anybody made any resolutions this year?
Nope.
Yeah,
Paulette? What?
I made a resolution not to make any resolutions.
There you go. You're
It's
succeeded.
working well.
Done.
Working
Check it
well.
off.
Check.
That's easy to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. I'm hoping it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Myra and I don't really make resolutions because I think resolutions tend to be short-term focused,
Like the article.
like the article said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so our general resolution is that we want 2021 to keep us safe, keep us happy, and God keep blessing us with everything He does, and
Yes.
that goes on for forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just this year.
Not just this year. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I like the word goals better than resolutions, and you can set goals any time of
That's
the
right.
year.
If you're going to set something like that, goals is the right terminology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Resolutions indicates to me that you're stopping something or that you have a resolve,
Right.
whereas a goal can be lofty.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
unachievable.
Mhm.
Well, you're supposed to make them achievable.
Yeah. I wrote goals for myself for 25 years where I worked, and sometimes they were
Yeah.
written for me, and they were very difficult to achieve, if ever, if even.
Never did understand that part about the business world, Don,
Yeah, I know.
where you had to
I-
have goals.
Yeah. Well, luckily the company I worked for had a process that if you were tracking what your goals were and you had problems with resources or time or anything like that, they would adjust or uh, expand your resources.
Well, good. So they listened during the year.
Yeah.
Well, when you're an engineer, that kind of happens, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, and actually, our goals were usually more like activities. Um,
Mhm.
the big goal was to be able to launch a new medical device in a certain time frame, and all you could do is do your part.
That
And
sounds so cool.
yeah.
Yeah. What would you say are some of the things that you've done that you're proudest of in your work world? I don't know
Well,
about what you did.
well, I'm proud of the work I did for my last job. It was working at Abbott Laboratories for 25 years. Abbott Laboratories is, at the time I joined it, it was both a pharmaceutical company and a medical device company and a veterinary medicine and uh, hospital supply stuff. But by the time I left, they spun all that other stuff out, divided the company. I was just left in the Abbott Laboratories part, which was more instrument and research related.
Oh,
Yes.
my aunt worked for Abbott Laboratories practically her whole entire life.
Where'd she live?
Well, Dallas for a while and then St. Louis.
Oh, really? Okay.
And she worked for Abbott Labs.
She might have worked in the same building I was if it was Abbott Labs.
Well, her name was Esther Thaw, Thau, and then she married and became Esther Prater. So I don't know.
Don't remember the name like that. Maybe she was
But
before
anyway.
I got there.
There you go. Abbott Labs.
I think the world is smaller than we know.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
that's more than we think.
It is. Someone told me that if you put 25 people in a room, that 2 of them are going to have the same birthday. I don't understand that.
I believe it. I believe it.
It's true.
It's
Someone
Okay.
brought that up when I was in a public meeting once.
It did.
Yeah, and it ended up we had more than normal. We had 3 people show up the same birthday, and we were only statistically supposed to have 2, but it worked out better than what the statistics are. And
Oh my
I don't
God.
understand for the life of me how it could be like that, but it is.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
In college, I had a professor that wanted to grade essay tests without knowing who the people were that were turning in the
Oh,
papers.
okay.
Yeah.
Would say, put the last 4 of your social on your paper without your name when you turn it in. And that way he could grade it and then call out the number and you pick up your paper and know what you got. And out of something like 25 people, he had 2 students that had the last 4 of their social exactly the same.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Now that should have been 1 in 1,000.
Yeah. So how did you transfer your grades from your social to your attendance or your grades records?
He probably had them written in a book somewhere.
I bet he did. Yeah, I bet that he had them somewhere. He just didn't use them when he was in to teach the class.
That was that was a statistics class. Weren't we
Oh,
talking
okay.
about statistics?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I bet they calculated the odds.
I bet they did. Yeah.
Yeah, well, statistics, they better.
It's a good thing there were only 2 tests that semester. Could have had a problem.
Yeah.
In my world, numbers is a 4-letter word.
I understand. Yes.
I like numbers.
Janine, did you take algebra in junior high and high school?
Yeah, I majored in math
Oh,
Really?
in college.
If I had a hat on, I'd take it off to you.
oh, so would I. So
It
would
was
I.
pretty fun.
John went with me to one of my classes,
Uh-huh.
and he really enjoyed it. Did you want to tell him about it, John?
You
Please.
can, I'm not
It's
woke
just
up yet.
neither am I.
That's okay.
John said I was snoring into the phone earlier. I'm sorry.
No, we didn't hear anything.
You were purring.
Uh, oh,
I thought it was Saki.
oh, yeah. I want my friend that I've been playing games with. Saki snores almost every night about that time, and a couple of times she didn't, and she would always say, "I don't hear Saki snoring. Where is she?"
Yeah.
That is too precious.
Oh,
So what did
anyway, it was a geometry class. We had to prove. The whole class was proving. We started with
Oh yeah.
axioms at the
Axioms, yeah.
beginning, and we had to prove a new theorem every week or every class. I don't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
I was doing about 40 hours a week of homework for that class.
Wow.
But I loved every minute of it.
I am so glad that there are people in this world who do. I'm proud of you.
Yes, that's very good. That's a very good accomplishment.
It really is. I loved add, subtract, multiply, and divide up until 7th grade. And then they threw algebra at me, and I had
Yeah.
a teacher who didn't want to be in the classroom. And from
Seventh
I resemble
grade-
that.
from that point
Seventh
on,
grade is too early to throw algebra at most people.
It is. Yes.
The child development stuff shows that people are not always at the point of being able to process substitutions
Mhm.
at that age.
Yeah.
And that's all algebra is, a whole bunch of substitutions.
Substitutions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Math is a 4-letter word.
I don't think I got into algebra and geometry till I was in this a sophomore in high school. Because
We're lucky.
yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
I agree with Janine. It's those kind of things that you talk about in geometry. They're just very difficult for people to understand.
They are.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
And I
And
think it has ruined a whole bunch of people
yeah.
to think they're not good at math because they were thrown at it too soon.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
It's true.
Absolutely. Janine, when you were studying, what was your goal? Was it a work goal or just to get through school, or did you?
I originally wanted to be an engineer, an aeronautic engineer.
Oh,
But I majored in pre-engineering at the college where I went to in the town that Daddy lived in. And I got a scholarship to a church school from our denomination, and went there on the recruiter said they had a computer program, and I got there and it was a data entry program.
entry. Oh my God.
And it was I was
Jesus.
1,000 miles from home.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know if it was 1,000, but I was a long way from home. And so I just decided to major in math because that would help me with engineering.
Yes.
And then I changed my mind on the engineering the day the Challenger blew up.
Oh,
I
my
decided I didn't want to be responsible for an error that would cause that kind of
Yeah.
destruction.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a turning point.
Depending on the application, engineering calculations going wrong
Mhm.
could be obviously it's fatal in some cases.
Yeah.
I keep thinking, we had a course that I took in college called Ethics of Engineering. And one of the things was looking at how to make sure that you're aware of what all the risks are. And they showed this video of this one bridge out in California that would, just because the wind was blowing by it, it just caused the bridge to self-destruct with just the wind blowing on it.
Ah,
The bridge construction had was tuned to the same frequency vibration that the wind was blowing, and so that it turned into a disaster. Really, no, but thankfully, I don't think anybody was hurt or killed in it. But it was a major bridge across a river, and that screwed up transportation.
Yeah, I remember. Didn't they film that? And
Come
I
on in, Saki.
remember seeing
I've
this
seen
bridge
pictures
going
of the
by.
bridge.
Yeah, if you look on if you Google it, you can see
Yeah.
several different varieties of bridge failures and building failures.
Oh my.
Well, my daughter graduated from
didn't
high
move the
school
door.
the same year I graduated from college.
Good for
You
you.
know, it took from start to finish, it took me 20 years to get my college degree. And our other daughter, Holly, took Heather's picture and my picture in a swing with our caps and gowns on.
Good girl.
And she entered that in the Houston Post annual Mother's Day photo contest, and she won first place.
That's
Oh my
great.
gosh.
That's great.
That's wonderful.
That's a great.
I was so excited. I mean, 20 years to get a
Yeah.
degree, but it's,
Yeah. What
Oh,
year was that, Paulette?
I beg your pardon?
What year was that?
Oh God, I don't know. 60, no, I don't know. I've forgotten by now.
I asked because my mother and my brother graduated with their bachelors from different colleges on the same day.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
she started out as a young woman and then stopped to become a mother. Realized she really
May, I know that,
needed to
May.
be educated. And that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't.
No.
No.
Hi.
So what it did, however, because I was sitting there at the dining room table doing my homework all the time,
Yes.
and Heather and Holly both looked, and they said we had no excuse not to do our homework. Loved it.
If Mama's doing hers.
Yeah, they had no choice. It all worked.
You guys are something else.
I don't know what.
We won't
If
say
anybody figures it out, let me know quick.
that's true. That's true. Anybody else want to talk about resolutions or black-eyed peas?
Oh, yeah.
Did again.
I don't think any of us made the resolutions, did we?
Nope.
Not specific
No,
ones for
I
me.
did.
Sounds like we decided that we would rather have goals and
Yeah.
Goals, yes.
goals. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get back into some of my clothes. I'm outgrowing things I wore last year.
Oops.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have the COVID-15, so that's
Yeah.
my goal for this year is
That's right.
be able to fit into my clothes again.
That's so strange because I'm still losing weight.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm jealous. How are you doing it?
I don't know.
Oh,
That's the weird thing.
From your
Oh.
picture, you look like you're a pretty tiny woman.
Oh, that picture's old.
Oh.
I was a tiny woman at that point. I had lost 54 pounds and kept it off for about 4 years and almost 5. And then I started gaining again and I got back up pretty big. And then I started losing again and I got back down to around 173 and I couldn't seem to lose anymore.
Mhm.
And then since COVID's been going on, I weighed in at 156 the other day.
Wow.
I don't understand it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think most all of us have gained weight during this period.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I lost 72 pounds and kept it off so far.
Very good.
Cool.
Paulette.
Congratulations.
Woo, yes. Well, Janine is our outlier. We will celebrate her being healthy and smaller.
That's right.
That's right.
We all wish we could do what Janine does.
I think it's from being stressed all the time is what
Yeah.
I think it is, because I tense my muscles all
Oh.
the time.
Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh. Do y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay. All right.
What's you're looking at?
Frog Bingo Monday with TCU Nursing. So,
That's my cousin's birthday, January the 4th.
well, good. Remember that.
Oh, I did. I already sent her. I got it all set up.
Good for
That
you.
was my grandfather's birthday.
Oh, my goodness. That's
He
a pretty
was,
auspicious day.
yeah.
So we start a new month and new counting toward our prize for January, whatever Gail thinks that is. And we'll see you at 10:30 on Monday.
Yeah. All right.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Again.
It was a nice talk.
This was such a fun day. It was so fun just talking
Yes.
and chatting and learning all about
Yeah.
people. And I just loved it. It was great.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the Wednesday cafe is my favorite part.
You know, I
Yeah.
agree with you, Dusty, when there's not an agenda and we can just be.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys are gems. You are my angels for this year, and I thank you for showing up today.
Well, thank you all.
Thank
We
you,
enjoyed it.
Martha.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful
Happy New Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year,
God bless.
everybody.
Happy
But the-
New Year.
Make things clear, I do enjoy the other parts too.
Yes.
You wouldn't be here if you didn't, Dusty. And
Okay.
Enjoy your black-eyed peas, Dusty.
That's where
yeah.
I'm headed as soon as we get off of here.
There
Okay.
you go.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.